Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Jenn. I'm here back on the Dr. Pat Show, filling in for her today, and it is always great to be back here with her listeners. And I want to just say a big hello to you because, I love that I can come over here and help her out when she needs to take a time out. But, she does so much for us, and I just want to say a big appreciation to her because she does a lot. She really does. Dr. Pat does a lot. So this is a big kudos to you, Dr. Pat, from me, Dr. Jenn. Now, if you are new to who I am, I host I'm getting all confused now. I host the Jenn Royster Show on Thursdays on Transformation Talk Radio, and my show airs every Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, if you want to check it out. And today I want to open up discussion about life review, intuition, and how that can equal wisdom in your choices. And intuition is a big one for the month of May. And on the April 28th show of my show, the Jenn Royster Show, I did go into that about the energies for the month of May. It's about the life review, that retrograde thing, of course, happening. I think, if I remember correctly, it's still about May 22nd, 23rd. Don't quote me on that. You can look that up. But when life review comes up, we hear a lot of complaining about, oh, not that retrograde thing again with the communication. And then I have to feel like my heels are being drugged through something that I don't want to recall or review. I want to throw something out there to you. I want to throw out there that these are great opportunities. They do come up often throughout the year. I think about 4 times, maybe more. It seems like every time we turn around, there's one of those retrogrades again, right? Well, they really are great opportunities to review how you made choices in the past, how you responded in situations. Okay, I could have done that better in that relationship, et cetera, et cetera. And then when it's popping up, it's like, what could you do better? What could you do to improve what you draw into yourself? And when you take that approach with life review, the world just opens up in a completely different way. You start to draw in, more positive experiences. I mean, I have tested this, and it really does do that. You will focus your approach differently. Now, where does intuition kick in? Intuition is something that everybody has. And sometimes, it gets mixed up with mediumship, like channeling from someone that's crossed over and things like that. Most of the time, the way it has always been for me, and I have a little bit of both, but I will explain that. Usually you've been able to do that for your whole life. You may not understand it. It might have freaked you out when you were little, or, you freaked other people out, whatever. When you are channeling that way, like angel messages, which is mainly what I channel, and I do pick up on people that have crossed over, but my focus is not about trying to connect with somebody that's moved on their journey so much. And the reason I say that is my focus seems to be very much about bringing messages through, most of the time through the angelic realm, to help you with your transition and to help whoever needs that message in this moment, because we're all going through such big transitions. I am too. Wow. And I'm not afraid of them. I'm just, I feel sometimes like my brain is like mush at the end of the day with everything I'm having that's changing. And But it's all good. It's all good because it's changing for a reason. So when life is changing, we don't want to be afraid of the change. We don't want to hold it up either. And life review can actually empower you when you're going through changes like, oh, here comes that situation again. And that wasn't so positive last time I went through that. What could I do better? How could I work through this in a more positive way? What can I do? And when you take an approach like that, it really changes that dynamic. Now, I said what mediumship is. That's more of a mediumship. You're channeling those messages to with that communication. Yes, I do that, but I've always done that my whole life. I mean, as far back as I can remember as a very young child. Intuition is something that everybody has. That's your gut instinct. That's trusting what's right for you. And I'm bringing that up, and I have done a couple of shows I've done a couple of episodes on my show in the last 2 weeks on this, because May is a very intuitive power month. So you don't want to be ignoring that intuition. And what do I mean by that? Well, even if you don't practice listening to it, it's going to feel closer, like it's easier right now. If you have been working on it, it'll feel easier. And when you combine that with life review and you're going with what feels right to me, now you're making a very wise choice for yourself. What really can trip people up is, oh, wow, that's what my hunch is telling me. My gut's telling me I should really go in a different direction. And then we get all worried about what everybody's going to do or react, how they're going to react to us. And now you've basically let fear take over, and that's not listening to your intuition. Yeah, I know. So you see that wisdom, we want to be wise in our choices. We want to make better choices. We're going to be doing that our whole life. We're going to be going through these retrogrades. We're going to have those reviews, and we will continually be given opportunity to improve on our journey. It doesn't mean failure. It means opportunity to keep growing. So which perspective do you have on that? Which perspective do you feel in that? Now, we always have the lines open on my show. You can call in if you had a question, if you wanted a little guidance on your energy. I do readings on energy fields, or, help you tweak what's your natural intuitive style. We did that last week on my show. If you had any questions about intuition or what's going on with this review part and how it can direct you, please feel free to call in during the show, 1-800-930-2819. Anytime you want to call in, that's fine. Now, I do want to bring up that for the month of May, the archangel that comes through very strong, and I do this every month on my show, is Archangel Michael. He comes through because he doesn't want us to be afraid. He's saying, don't fear. And that was the biggest thing he gave me to give to you. Don't fear the life review. Don't fear it. Explore it objectively, just watch it like an old movie, but don't get all caught up and relive the past like that's your life right now. You're reviewing. It's not current, because you want to be safe. This is a time where you can be safe to review it. And you're looking for what's really the truth of the situation. Am I being honest with myself? Am I being honest with others? Am I being, am I assuming it's going to go a certain way? Am I derailing myself before I realize it? Or do my plans feel right? And I'm making progress. It's steady, slow progress. It's not, jumping, going too fast where it's overwhelming. You could ask yourself all kinds of questions. And then the other thing is, what is that intuition telling you? Are you paying attention to it? Do you know it when it comes in? How does it communicate to you? How do you know that that's what you're picking up? And your intuition is what I call that amazing higher self, that divine connection that we all have, that really knows the best path for you. Nobody else is going to have that for you. You have that for you. And the one thing that you can trust in all of life is your own intuition, but most people don't. And one of my passions in my work is helping people find a way to comfortably trust that. Find the way your own intuition connects with you. Some people hear, some people see, some people just know. Lots of the analytical people, they just know. Like, I don't know how I know, I just know. And we all get called know-it-alls when we're like that. But beside the point, what is the style that seems most natural for you when you're feeling an internal persuasion to do something or go in a certain direction? That's what you're looking for. You're looking to trust that. Now, we are going to take a short break. So we are talking about intuition. We're talking about life review and how together you can make wise choices for your future and your journey moving forward. I'm Dr. Jenn. I'm filling in for Dr. Pat here on the Dr. Pat Show, and we will be right back after the break.
Hi, I'm Tim Darter.
And I'm Steve Kramer.
Join us on Spirit Fire Radio. Discover how to add the mechanics of meditation to your day.
And watch yourself connect in a whole new way. Find the amazing moments in life's routines that often pass us by. Add to your awareness with Spirit Fire Radio.
Tune in each Wednesday at 9 a.m. for your weekly guide to practical mindfulness. And to learn more, visit www.spiritfireradio.com.
Song of the Heart, Walking the Path of Light, from author and healer Francine Vale, is available now. Through Francine's life story, we learn how imperative it is to love one another. Once this simple truth is learned, peace on earth will prevail. Song of the Heart is a life lived and a story told for this purpose. To learn more about Francine and her amazing gifts, or to order your copy of the book today, visit angelsandlightbeings.com.
Have you ever tried to make lifestyle changes but had difficulty following through? Imagine what it would be like to get up each morning with energy, clarity, and motivation to tackle the day. If you want to get past limiting barriers that are preventing you from living your best life, join holistic health and wellness coach T. Carrie Mitchell each month on the Dr. Pat Show. Or visit lifestyle120.com today and start to receive the personal attention you deserve.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
A word of caution, if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
And we are back from break. I'm Dr. Jenn here on the Dr. Pat Show, filling in for my dear friend, Dr. Pat, that works so hard every week for you guys. I really, really I feel a lot of appreciation for her. And I did say that earlier, and so it's coming out again. I don't know. I just have these instantaneous, spontaneous, I don't know what that is, but I'm just saying it. So she deserves those shout outs, and I'm giving them to her. Now, we're talking about life review, intuition, and how you combine that. And everybody has intuition, right? You don't have to be on the spiritual anything. You have that. It's part of, it's what keeps you from intuitively not just walking out in the street without looking both ways. Okay. Yeah, that's intuition. Like, I should look to see if there's a car coming. I mean, let's be logical about this. And when we combine those two, we combine life review with intuition, we can make wise decisions. We can feel comfortable in those decisions. Now, I want to break those three components down now. And let's look at review for a moment. And let's talk about some tips that can help you with the life review. The first one I did mention was taking a different approach to it, a different perspective, looking at it as a positive, helpful tool. Because we do have that come up quite often in our life. And a lot of people don't want to remember that, go through that. That is a fear of it. Let's just call it what it is. And it's very hard to stuff that down. So why stuff it down? Go through it. You know, like, okay, let's review it. If you have gone through something incredibly traumatic and you do feel in over your head, then don't go through it by yourself. You know, get help with that. Call a friend, call a professional, whatever. I do spiritual crisis counseling, so that's why I'm saying that, because I understand that. I don't go through it by yourself. But when life review comes up and you feel like things are coughing back up and the memories are piling in, or you're starting to feel, whoa, why is that past there? Look at it. What is it trying to tell you? Ask. Just ask. Like, okay, what is it that I can learn from the past? What is it that I can learn to make a better choice now? That's the way you want to approach it. And now you're using it as a life tool that you can improve your life. Not, oh, that again, you know, and just let it consume your thoughts and you go all the way down the negative bunny trail. Let's pull that back up and go down the positive bunny trail is what I call it. And you can choose that. And you know, when you're first learning how to do this, if you're so used to it being such a pessimistic approach, or if life has just really felt like that for you, of course it'll feel awkward. But the more you work with it and the more you try to do that, the more success you will have. And then it won't be like you're trying. It'll feel like that at first. It'll feel a little weird at first, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. Now, one of the things that I like to do if I have a lot coming in, and it may be that your dreams increase or you're having the memory flashbacks, whatever that is jot them down, kind of journal that, like, you know, make a point list. Okay, this came in, this came in, this came in, and organize it, you know, just organize it out on paper, and that kind of pulls it out of the mindset, the mental, and you've got it in front of you. And you can look at it more objectively that way, because now it's across from you, okay? It helps to go into the objective mode if you've got it somewhere else. I know. So you have this list, and you're going to separate it. You know, you're separating it out where, okay, I like this part. This went really well. That's working. I'm going to keep that. Put that in the positive. Okay, we're going to keep that. That's an active life campaign that you're going to stay on. And then maybe there's one in there that, not so much that one. That one really brings heaviness to my heart, or I don't like that one. What can you do to improve that? What can you do to change? And then you explore that. Okay, you explore, okay, instead of feeling upset every time this comes up, I'm going to do this instead. And put something down that's reasonable for you, that you know you can do. And it may feel like a half step. I'm telling you, this seems like such simple things to do, but it's very powerful. It really is. there's been so much that I could go into over a lifespan that I could give you proving points, but I'm in a time constraint here with radio, so I'm just really trying to get that out to you. If you're avoiding going there, is that avoiding responsibility? Is it avoiding responsibility for your own growth? You don't want to do that either. So you're looking in that review. That's literally what it is. It's kind of like an audit. I know. Ooh, what a word, right? It's looking at life. You don't have to wait and do that whole life review after you've left here and then, oh my gosh, all that stuff. Do it. Go ahead and do it when it pops up. And we get that opportunity with that planetary alignment, which I like. I think, wow, you can take little bits at a time and work on it. It's not that overwhelming when you use that gift of that energy when it comes around. And this year in particular has been taking everyone a bit deeper. It's taking everyone into a inward journey more. And for a lot of people that have never taken the time to do that, it feels a little weird. They don't even know who they are. So this whole year, 2016, is doing that. It is taking you and you're diving into areas that are unknown about your own self. Well, you're going to discover that you've had incredible, valuable guidance, tools, keys to everything you're looking for right within yourself this whole time. It's just been there, waiting for you to stop and take the time to notice it. And this is a great way to do it. Review can help you see that. You can see the pattern. You can see, okay, that's what trips me up every time, or this or that. And if you simply ask with intention that you would like to understand with clarity a more positive approach to something or a different perspective, seeing it differently, that's when the aha moments will start to come in for you. They will come in big. And you're going to go, wow, okay, I get that. I understand that now. And this won't be perfect, but it will continually improve if you apply and do this. So I love doing the review portion of it. And if you have a dream, write down the theme of it or the little details that were sticking out. And especially look for the parts that were yanking your chain, which parts were sticking. It could be, and it's funny with dreams, it could be just a simple odd color of something. Whatever is really sticking out that caught your attention, you want to write that down and you want to pay attention to that. You're looking for different things that, are trying to communicate with you, because your intuition is going to do that. It's going to use dreams. It's going to have interesting synchronicities line up, whatever it does to get your attention. You're really just a big antenna, and you could really receive a lot of information if you can wrap that mindset around how powerful this is and what you can do with it for yourself. I'm all about people understanding and trusting their own, not being dependent on somebody to tell you what to do. And, we're moving into a new world where it is time to take accountability for that and step into what we deserve as our own birthright, as our own place, and what we can contribute. It's not a time to avoid. And so if you're still in that avoid mode, it happens. I don't really want to go there. Review gives you opportunity every time it comes up to go there. I know. It'll keep coming up till you go there. I'll be honest with you. It will. But as you go there, the first time might be a little bumpy. Don't do it by yourself if it is. Look for what you can learn and then move on. Then it's easier to leave the rest behind. When you look for what will help you and what you can learn from anything in life, it just completely changes the dynamic of that experience. It's like, okay, wow. And some people, they'll come back and say, well, I obviously have a lot to learn, or they come back with, wow, I constantly get a challenge and I've got a lot of lessons apparently. Okay, I've had plenty of them too. You have no idea. Most people that are in a position that do what I do now is because we've been through quite a bit and we want to help someone else because we get it. We've been through it. And I am no different. It has been the same for me too. I get that. But you want to allow review to show you things that you can learn from. Absolutely. You want to learn from that. When you take review as a positive, as a gift, you're going to change the whole dynamic. And that might be where you need to start. You may need to start with that, just allowing yourself to see it as a positive learning tool versus, oh, great, it's haunting me or it's coming back. You're very attached to the situation and there's healing that needs to happen if you're feeling a lot of emotion when it comes up. So you know you're growing when it comes up. It might come up several times, and then over a year span, it'll come up and you don't feel it like you did before. You know you've healed and you've released it. And if you are feeling a lot of emotional turmoil with it, there's some healing to do in that situation, and that's what I want to point out. Now, we do have the lines open if you did have a question about this. 1-800-930-2819. So please feel free to call in if you want to share an experience or how did you discover your own intuition. There's four main types. There's a lot of different ways that you can connect with your intuition, but the popular ones that people know of are clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, and clairsentience. And I will explain what those are when we come back from the break, because we're going to talk about tips for finding your natural style of intuition, because with review and intuition, we're going to get to the wisdom part. So if you have a question, be sure to call in 1-800-930-2819. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about the tips on how to discover how your intuition is trying to get your attention. I'm Dr. Jenn from the Jenn Royster Show. I'm filling in for Dr. Pat here on the Dr. Pat Show. We will be right back after the break.
Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know.
Hi, this is Leslie Fontaine, and my show is Sheer Alchemy on TransformationTalkRadio.com. When we're bogged down with our emotions, the hardships that plague us in our relationships, at work, our finances, we literally can't see the higher plane where we could be operating from. Tune in to Leslie Fontaine, Sheer Alchemy on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you're ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com, or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.
I'm Peggy Snow with another Stellar Reflections Minute. Presence, or what we think of as being fully in the moment, is a key element in the process of healing work. As a practitioner facilitating a session, genuine presence takes us out of our heads, where we tend to decide what is and maybe what should be for the client, and moves us into direct experience, where we're available to witness the person in their wholeness. In this receptive realm, Our senses are heightened and expanded, allowing us to perceive what's seeking to unfold and to interact in the moment. There's something profoundly powerful that happens when healing is approached in this simple, pure way. Balance can be restored and healing can take place on multiple levels. If you'd like more information about the services we offer at Stellar Reflections, visit us at stellarreflections.com or call 425-999-9836. That's 425-999-9836.
What if your body and mind were the compasses to the secrets, mysteries, and magic of life? Glenna Rice, co-host of The Questionable Parent, is inviting you to access all that is possible. Glenna is a 10-year certified veteran access consciousness facilitator who offers an amazing variety of life-changing classes and workshops. Work with Glenna from anywhere with teleclasses and workshops all over the globe. To learn more and see Glenna's current schedule of events, classes, and workshops, visit glennarice.com.
You know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive.
And we are back. I'm Dr. Jenn. I'm filling in for Dr. Pat here on the Dr. Pat Show. And if you are not familiar with me, I am from the Jenn Royster Show that airs every Thursday on Transformation Talk Radio at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. So come over and join me. We do all kinds of things over there and lots of different topics. Now, we're talking about intuition, life review, and how we can combine that, how we can identify that, how we can work with that to improve our lives, to make wise decisions for the future and better decisions, improve that. You always want to be working on what could you do better. Now, we talked about the review and some tips on that in the last segment. Let's talk about tips for your intuition, how you can recognize your natural style. I'm going to start with the claircognizance, and that is the all-knowing. And the reason I start with that one is most people have that one, and it's working anyway automatically. Most of the people that are analytical or don't even feel like they follow the spiritual path, in business, if you're very good at business decisions or just naturally seem to pick the right path to go, you are probably following your claircognizance. That is a just knowing. I don't know how I know. I just know. A lot of times you're identified as the boss of everybody, or, how come they don't seem to know it all? And you seem to know things ahead of everybody else. You sometimes find that it's hard to be patient with other people because they may not see it yet, but you just know this is the right way to go. That's a claircognizance right there. And we're working to trust it with ourselves. It has a little bit of impatience to it because it's a very fire. It reminds me of Aries. It's very fiery. It's very proactive type of energy. You just know this is the right path for us, if it's a group situation. However, for your own self, you don't have to worry about all that group stuff, right? That frustration comes in when you are in, business meetings and things like that. And there's a big discussion on which way to go. But that is a wonderful, wonderful tool that will help you just naturally. You don't have to try to do anything. You're just going about your day and something just gives you a hunch that maybe you'll take a different route. Maybe, home from work one day, or, you feel like, okay, I think I'm going to choose this. Just, you want to listen to that. And you will probably not even feel like it's anything coming from within or your higher self. It'll just feel like you're an analytical person. But that is what that one is. I have that one too. I have a little bit of all of them, and you can develop all four. But that is what claircognizance is. And sometimes you'll have digestive, or you'll feel it in your stomach when you get what I call an intuitive hit. So you're looking to pay attention to that. Like, wait a minute, I knew I should have gone with that on the menu, and I changed my mind. Why didn't I listen to that? That kind of thinking, like, oh, I knew that. Why didn't I do that? Yeah, you're picking up claircognizance. Now, you might be combining it with another one. Another one would be the clairvoyance. That one's a very popular one that most people know because that's the seeing. A lot of the mediums or psychics, they see. I see too. And for some people, they don't want to see. That freaks them out. And that one, I think, if you're very new to not being afraid of connecting to your intuition, that one can, let that one come in slowly. The thing that I want to give you a tip on that one with is if it's coming from your higher self or divine that's best for you, it is not going to come through in a way that frightens you. It's not about frightening you. It's about guiding you to your best and highest outcome of whatever it is you're trying to achieve. It looks out for you. You can trust that. If it's coming in all over the place, all negative, keeps changing what comes in, I don't trust that personally. For me, I steer clear of that. When it can't decide which way it wants to guide me, that's chaotic. That's chaotic energy, and that's a lower frequency energy. So I want to share that with you. There's a couple of ways whether you can trust that or not. And one of the big ones is it's going to be a consistent message. It repeats. And when you think about going down that route, it may feel strange because it's a big change, but there seems to be a peace about it. You're looking for that. I'm going to go into that a little bit more when we get to that last section. But clairvoyance is something that it is nice to be able to have a seeing eye. I mean, it's it'll come across like a picture in your mind's eye. A lot of people say, oh, I thought I just made that up in my head. Maybe, maybe not. Now, okay, so with intuition, how do we know which one it is? Well, that's where meditation and just sitting quietly and listening and just letting yourself be every now and then. If you gave yourself a few minutes each day to just do that, that's all you need to do. You don't have to sit there for an hour. You could start with 5 minutes and just sit quietly, not trying to figure anything out. Just, just be. Just be quiet, tapping inward means we have to stop asking and listen sometimes. We can ask, we're asking, what about this? What about that? What about this? And we start working ourselves up into this chaotic frenzy, but we're not quieting down enough to listen. So listening is part of it. You have to quiet down to listen. You don't need to do a long time. You could do a few minutes here, a few minutes there, and just allow it to flow in. If it's difficult for your mind, go for a walk, go for a jog. I call it the active meditation. Be busy doing something else. I do it a lot at the easel when I'm painting. That one is my favorite. My goodness, the stuff that comes through, it's amazing. And it encourages me and inspires me, and I have all of this energy. I could be tired, and then when I go into that, wow, the energy just flows. So you're looking for that. You're looking for that natural way that works for you, whether it's just sitting, whether it's first thing in the morning before everybody else gets up, if it's going for a walk, and it's not, it's about not trying to control the mind. Now that's for any of the styles of intuition for it to come through. And let's see, there's clairaudience. That's the hearing. Oh, that one's fun. Let me tell you, that one's fun. So if you're going through a lot right now where you're hearing a lot of high-pitched tones and there's nothing wrong medically with your ears, you may have some clairaudience starting to pick up. It changes tones. All of a sudden, something will be very loud to you that isn't to everybody else. It's trying to catch your attention. And here's a great example. You might be watching something on television and you have the volume at a certain level, and then all of a sudden that one sentence is much louder than the rest of the sentence, those few words, because those few words were being highlighted by your internal spirit, your intuition, because it was an answer to something you were looking for. I have had that happen a lot. It's crazy. It's crazy. With my clairvoyance, with my eyes, I'll have sometimes words will light up and be brighter, almost glowing like a neon sign as I go past a sign on a road or something, and the rest of the sign is fine. And you look at it again, and Nothing was a different color. It was trying to catch your attention that way. It was just honing, it uses whatever it can around you to, like, okay, here, notice this. If you pay attention to what it was you noticed with that and what you've been asking for assistance with in your prayers or your meditations or whatever you do with that, how you ask for the universe for help, you should see some synchronicity there. And that's how you're going to know their answers. It's coming through. You're picking it up. And I love that. That's wonderful. The last one, let's see, what have I done? I've done audience, clairvoyance, claircognizance. Oh, clairsentience. Oh, I can't forget that one. Clairsentience. Clairsentience is the feeling. Oh, okay. For the highly sensitive. And you don't even have to be that highly sensitive or empathic, but that is the feeling. That's the one where you feel things. You feel the emotions of someone else. You might feel the energy of a room, or you might feel the energy of a place. It doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, I don't want to feel all that pain. It is very intense for some. But I want to say, for those that do feel that and it makes you want to shut down and go and hide in a cave, there is a huge gift in that. And I urge you to explore how you can use that as a beautiful gift, not something that hurts you all the time. It's something that I really recommend. I definitely have that one going on, and it was a big one for me to learn. If you find that you continually refer to things as how you feel about something, or what if you use that word a lot when you describe something, that's coming from a clairsentience or an all feeling. So that would be an intuitive way to feel something too. Like you just feel that this place doesn't feel right, or you need to leave, or it doesn't feel safe. Why aren't you listening to that? You feel that you should go down a different road, or maybe not walk down there, or whatever it might be. Why aren't you listening to that? That is the clairsentience. You feel it. You just got a feeling, you just got a feeling. So pay attention to these things and start to kind of take notes on what you're noticing. And the more you work with that with an intention to learn it about your natural style, then you're looking at your review and you're noticing, okay, this in review, this one is where I feel, or I just know that's something I need to change. Now you're on your way to wisdom. So we're going to take another short break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about tips on how to identify those wise choices when we start to combine this. I'm Dr. Jenn. I'm here filling in for Dr. Pat here on the Dr. Pat Show. We're talking about life review, combining it with our own intuition, trusting that to make wise decisions in life. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Abundance Takes Flight continues for the month of May. If you missed the extraordinary event in person, you will not want to miss this video. Make a donation to ShareWheel via abundancetakesflight.org. That's abundancetakesflight.org, and receive your life-changing video from Lynn M. Brown, 8 Things Directly from the Mouth of Money. You can also view the list of vendors who are gifting 50% off their proceeds to ShareWheel when you mention this ad for the month of May.
Awaken to your radiant, authentic self. For over 15 years, Soul Purpose Advocate Nancy Monson has been focused on leading change in the lives of those looking to live their true purpose. She is devoted to supporting people in living a soul-directed life every day. Let Nancy help you overcome fear, worry, and doubt. Visit everydayspirituality.com to learn how Nancy can be your Soul Purpose Advocate.
Get ready to rid yourself of all that is weighing you down and holding you back. Coming Clean, The Art of Transparency with Catherine Moss is a hit show that brings a real and dynamic message to uncovering and believing in the true amazing being you already are. Tune in and let Catherine help you become truthful, authentic, and mindful of living on purpose one day at a time. Live each Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatShow.com for listening times in your area.
How confident do you feel about your retirement? Ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeff Packman about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. Together, you and Jeff can break down retirement planning step by step to get to the real answers you need. Call Jeff Packman, financial advisor, today at 425-453-0272. Office is located at 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800 in Bellevue, Washington, 98004. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member of FINRA and SIPC.
Almost everyone at some time in their lives ask themselves, what am I? Most of our questions are ego-generated and simply don't address the problem of our false self. It's time to relax your ego and embody your soul. Dr. Dan Cohen, neurologist, inventor, and author, has created tools to awaken a new way to transform from who you thought you were into what you truly are. Visit toolstoawaken.com today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Jenn. I'm here filling in for Dr. Pat here on the Dr. Pat Show. We've been talking about life review, intuition, trusting your own intuition, how you combine that to make wise decisions. And it really is going to be the best decisions of your life. You will find that, it's going to take you down the path that you've really been looking for. Now, we've been talking in detail about each part of that. And we're going to wrap the show up by how do you identify the wise choice? About how do you know that's the wisdom there coming through? There's a few things that I want to point out that will help you know that within yourself. And one of them is the peacefulness. You will feel peacefulness and at ease with that choice. Like I said, when you're paying attention to the intuition, it will not keep changing what that information is. And this is whether your angels are coming through for you, your own intuition, looking for that higher awareness. It all comes in, okay? But it won't be chaotic. It'll be very consistent. You will know that that is the right choice for you, whichever way you find it. The synchronicities will add up. If you need clarification, just ask, but you will have this peace. It's like everything just calms down in your being, and you know that's the way you need to go. Now, that is one part of it, but then taking action on it is a whole nother thing. So, you may have to get to that part where it's like, okay, I know this is the right choice to make. Now I've got to do it. You don't want to let the fear creep in, of course, but that's one of them. There'll be less anxiousness about, you won't have the sleepless nights. You'll have that good night's sleep. That's one way. You find that you have energy again. If you were losing energy, you were feeling constantly drained. You just weren't feeling life anymore. It felt like nothing was exciting. And now, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get back to it. There you go. That one's kind of an obvious to me. You know when it's time to look for a new path or a new route, new direction, whatever you call it, when things start to feel stagnant. Absolutely. Life isn't supposed to just stay the same forever like that. It's not natural the way life flows and the way energy moves. It continually evolves and changes. When we try to stop that and not allow it to grow into something, that's when things can get bumpy. That is that's what makes the most sense to me personally. So I'm sharing that with you. When you just learn to roll with it, it's like, okay, I'm starting to feel that stuck thing, that stuckness, whatever that you want to call that. Look for something you can do and switch it up. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't do it by yourself if you don't want to. But I do want to give you a heads up. This month of May, it really opened up the energies and the alignment to move things into an inward perspective. You may be feeling like you want to do things on your own. Like maybe you prefer to work alone, or maybe you just prefer to just be a little more calmer and not be going out all the time. That doesn't mean depression. That does not mean that. It doesn't mean that. It means it's giving you opportunity to go inward, because it's difficult to meditate if you're out with everybody else. You don't want to be avoiding being with yourself. You want to enjoy that time with yourself. Look at it as sacred time where you can listen to know what the next step is. I need mine. I can't imagine not having that little bit of time, and I feel it if I don't have enough time for it. I'm like, oh no, got to change that up. I got to have it. Your intuition is one of the best gifts ever that you came into this world with. It will always be there. All you have to do is tap into it. All you have to do is allow yourself time to quiet down and listen to it. Now, a wise choice, like I said, the wise choice is going to be for the month of May, actually, is giving yourself that time. If you don't do that now, and you're like, oh, I'm too busy, I have this, I have that, couple of minutes here, just a couple of minutes. That's all you need. And just with intention, what do I need to know? Put it out there and then leave it. Go about your day and then see what kind of synchronicities or what pops up, and which way does it pop up? Which way does it pop up? Do you see things? Do you hear things? And the hearing will also pop in, like all of a sudden somebody said something in a conversation that was exactly the answer you were looking for. That's the way the hearing will come in. It will just, all of a sudden, that's what you hear. Or you'll hear it, through radio broadcasting or television, whatever. So look at what comes through. And it's actually one of the most wonderful things to know that you have so much power, so many answers, basically all the answers you are looking for your whole life. What will take you down the road to happiness and contentment and peace is going to come from inside you. So what I'm sharing with you is golden information to really help you find what you're looking for, what you want to do with your life. And we all have it. So that's what I wanted to share with you. This month of May has been very important for that. Lots of people going through change, lots of unknowns. Don't be afraid of unknown. Explore it with a perspective of adventure. Ooh, I have no idea what this is going to be. Look forward to surprises. If you are looking for something to go wrong, that's really going to draw that kind of energy to you. So I'm trying to give you a different way to approach life when it's coming through. Life review is not the negative. It's something there that can help you in big ways. Your own intuition is what you want to be trusting. You want to know what is real for you. That's where your happiness is, and it's going to tell you that. So I'm going to leave you with that. I have always loved coming over here and hanging out with you guys. I want to say thank you for tuning in and listening today. Be sure to catch my show on Thursdays at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, the Jenn Royster Show on TransformationTalkRadio.com. We have lots going on with my stuff. I mean, I have got several workshops that I'm working on. We're doing a big move. It feels like I'm moving across the country, but we're doing a huge move with the website. So I'm really excited. Come join me on the social medias. All you got to do is look up Jenn Royster Show or Jenn Royster, and I'm right over there on Facebook. We're going to be doing a lot of live streaming over on my show. So come join us. I'm really excited about all the things I'm putting out there. I'm changing up everything. Everything's completely different. So guys, don't be surprised if one day you go to JennRoyster.com, my website, and you're going, hey, what happened? Because we're doing a big move, a big one. We're about to launch it. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I just want to say thank you guys, and I wish you all the great success in life as you are working on your own journey. Namaste.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.